Welcome to Dark Horizon Creations. I'm Mike. This time we're taking a look at the Batman and Lieutenant Gordon playset by Spin Master. Now, if you hadn't already, please follow, like, and subscribe to my social media accounts on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Don't forget to hit that bell icon so you get a notification of when I post new content. Finally, we have the Batman and Lieutenant Gordon playset in hand. I found this at an area Walmart 2 days ago, and the U.S. retail cost on this is $32.99. And in this playset, we finally get a 4-inch scale Gotham City police car. I really like this. I know there have been either Matchbox or Hot Wheels versions of the Gotham City police car in the past, but I really wanted one that I could use with the action figures, and finally we get that in this set, so it's really cool. Also included is a Batman action figure with a couple of batarangs, his grapple gun, an additional armored chest section to go onto the suit, as well as what looks like some sort of knife, and Lieutenant Gordon has an orange pistol or taser, I don't know which. And this is my favorite playset thus far out of the Batman toy line. There's been a lot of good toys released so far, including the Batmobile. I think that was really awesome, as well as the Batcave and the Selena Kyle Chase pack. But this has become my favorite just because we get this police car in the set. You can see the DC logo in the upper right with Batman in an action pose, and of course the Batman movie logo in the lower left. On the back of the packaging, you have your obligatory product shots, and you can see here how the police car works. It does not have opening and closing doors. It simply has a hinge at the back, allowing the entire top section of the car to open up. The figures will sit in the 2 seats in the front, and there's a minimal storage area behind it for all the included accessories. Okay guys, here's the Batman and Lieutenant Gordon playset outside of the packaging, and I have to tell you all, this is a really nice set, well worth the cost. Now let's talk about the action figures up front. So to begin with, we have the Batman figure, which is the exact same figure and mold that is included in all of the other playsets, as well as the individually carded figure. He stands approximately 4 3/4 inches tall. As far as articulation, his head will swivel left to right, forward and lateral movement at the shoulder, elbow rotation, bend at the elbow, no wrist rotation. Torso and waist have no articulation whatsoever. Forward and lateral movement to thigh, thigh rotation, single jointed knee, lower leg rotation, and that's it. Now the accessories for Batman include this added armored chest section, which just snaps on over the torso. If you use this, it's going to limit the articulation. His arms won't go forward any more than that because of it. So if you decide to use that, just be aware of that. Also included is the Grapple Gun in blaze orange. You have 2 identical batarangs, which are included in the set, and some sort of knife or dagger. Now for Lieutenant Gordon, he stands approximately 4 inches in height. Really nice detail. I do like this action figure. Head will swivel left and right, no pivot, forward and lateral movement at the shoulder, single jointed elbow, elbow swivel, no wrist swivel, and it looks like he's supposed to have waist swivel, but I don't think he does. If it is, the joint is really, really tight on there and it won't move. Forward and lateral movement at the thigh, thigh rotation, single jointed knee, and lower leg swivel just like on Batman. And for accessories, Lieutenant Gordon does include what looks like a taser, not a handgun. Now let's talk about the main attraction of this set, the Gotham City Police Car. This is modeled after a Ford Crown Victoria. I really like this car. So the car is approximately 10 inches in length. It is 5 inches wide at the wheelbase, and it's approximately 3 3/4 inches tall at the top of the light bar. And all the way around, you see it's got a lot of nice detail. It's got a push bumper on the front, black grille. You guys can see the license plate. It's a really nice car. Really is. I do like this. And again, the downside to this is that it does not have opening and closing doors. You can see that the top of the car is hinged, and you just pull it open here. You can see it does have 2 seats, molded dash here, and some storage area in the back to store all of this stuff. And you can take Lieutenant Gordon, and he will fit right in here. And Batman can come along for the ride. They make a midnight run to Mickey D's for a Big Mac and a double quarter pounder with cheese. And there you go. There you have your Gotham City police car. Now, for those of you who like to customize, this presents an opportunity to do that if you know what you're doing. So first and foremost, you'd have to disassemble the entire car and remove the interior section, and take a rotary tool and cut it directly behind this headrest on the seats in the front to remove this blocky section. And you would have to find 2 seats that you could put back here in the back, or you could just leave it as it is. This is fairly thick plastic for the sidewall, so again, you could cut this with a rotary tool. You would have to be extremely careful cutting this because this plastic is translucent plastic. It's very, very thin, but if you cut it with a rotary tool, you can glue this section onto the door and then create a hinge here if you wanted to do that. I'm not going to go to that extent with this. I'm just going to use it as is. Overall, it's a really great set. It is definitely worth the cost at $32.99. This is going to be one of those collectibles that, you know, 8, 10, 12 months from now, the aftermarket value on it is going to increase just because of what it is and the limited production on it. So guys, there you have the Batman and Lieutenant Gordon playset by Spin Master.